This is C.R. Rajan, company secretary. This is today we are going to discuss about private placement checklist. Yesterday we were brief about the private placement. We have seen this PPT is generally for students and the young professionals. Let us first start the applicability of the private placement. Private limited and public limited company issuing shares, preference shares, debentures, or any securities on a private placement basis. So any securities, debentures or any securities on private placement basis. Now come to that, what are the checkpoints for the private placements? Ensure the articles of association authorize the issue of shares or securities. This is normally will be available, but let us check all the issue of shares and securities. Now, identify the class of investors not more than 200% in a financial year for each kind of security, QIBs and ESOP. We have discussed this topic yesterday, but this is also one of the checklist. Now we have to ensure that the 200% in the financial year company has to invite that the not more than, otherwise it will be a public listing of securities in a stock exchange. Next, obtain a valuation report from the registered valuer for shares. Before offering the shares, the company has to obtain a valuation report from the registered valuer. For that, we need to conduct a board meeting and appoint the valuer and ask him give the valuation report. He is a IBBA registered valuer only. He has to give the valuations. Next step, open a separate bank account to receive the application money. Next, prepare a list of identified person with name, address, email, PAN, everything. So coming to the board resolution, approve the private placement offer, approve the draft PAS offer for offer letter. PAS for his offer letter is nothing but the company has to offer the offer letter to the identified persons. We will discuss the PAS 4 in a separate PPT. Next, approve the PAS 5 or record of identified persons. This also we will discuss in the separate PPT. Now, next step is after completion of these things, we have to fix the date for EGM in the board meeting. And the same meeting, approve the notice of general meeting and file the MGT 14 within 30 days board resolution under section 179(3). These are the board meetings related compliances. Now coming to the next slide. Now at the EGM, once the EGM is convened, necessary notice has been sent to the eligible shareholders as on the date. If all the shareholders as on the date of the board meeting, the registers mentioned in the company, we have to send that pass resolution section under section 42. Explanatory statement. What is explanatory statement? When anything is special resolution pass, the company has to mention in the the explanatory statement must contain the particular offer, basis, certification of price, name and address of the proposed authorities, amount to be raised, object of the issue. These are the things we have to mention. This also we the explanatory statement is one of the very important topic which we will discuss. But every private placement offer, the explanatory statement must contain the following details. Particulars of offer means how much is the price of the shares, 10 rupees or 100 rupees or like that, and what about the premium, and the basis of justification of price. The based on the valuation report, the company has to justify the share offer price, and also how they offer that how the next 3 years we are going to grow like that, and our competitors are like that we will achieve the target. and the share prices will increase after 3 years based on the things, based on the our projections. These are the justification of the price we have to give that. So there is a long-term projections, expected projection. Rather, we can call it as a expected projections. And we have to the explanatory statement, name and address of the proposal artist. We have already identified the persons, the same and the persons we mentioned here in the explanatory statement. Amount to be raised. So, how much amount we are going to raise in the particular private placements? Objects of the issue is nothing but for what purpose the company is raising the issue, for expansion or capital goods purchase, or new technology, or new joint venture proposal, or like that some anything for require for that requirement. They have to give that objects of the issue. It is very very important. Now once the resolution passed in the EG, extraordinary general meeting or shareholders meeting, the company has to file the MD reporting within 30 days of special resolutions. After the EG, extraordinary general meeting approval, now the comes to the issue of offer of letter PAS4. Issue of PAS4 only after filing MGD 14. It has been serially numbered, sent to only to the identified persons within 30 days of recording names, mode register post, speed post, email, maintain a PAS5 at register office. So these are the next step activities by the company to be conducted or complied. The private placement is basically for the receipt of application. Once the offer letter is issued to the identified persons, the company to receive the receipt of application money. The company has already opened the separate bank account. The money must come only from the bank account of the subscriber. The receipt of the application money has to deposit in the separate bank account of the company which has been opened at the time of the board meeting, after the board meeting. And the private placement, one more condition is that money must come only from the bank account of the subscriber. It is a mandatory that no third party amount to be raised and no cash allowed. Deposit in the, we already discussed about the deposit in the separate bank account. And this cannot be utilized the money until the allotment made or return filed. So the companies until the close of the offer and allot the close of the offer, the amount will be retained there, and moreover allotment is made and returned to be filed. They have to we have to consider the 60 days share application money duration also. We have to keep in compliance, so that we should not return back after the 60th day. So the offer period is very 30 days or 15 days or 20 days of the after the EGM. So that after the money received came, once the PAS4 issued, offer letter has issued, we have to give that for 15 to 20 days. So immediately all the allotment has come. Then that all the money has come from the separate bank account. Then immediately convene a board meeting and conduct the allot the shares. So now the once the money has come into the bank from the respective identified person's bank account, then that the offer period is closed. Then what the next step? PAS3 within 15 days of allotment. Allotment means board has to approve the allotments. Board has to convene and analyze the review the entire offer and receipt of the payment. Then they have to approve the allotments. What are those attachments? List of allottees, PAs by valuation report, special resolution copy. These are the things to be attached along with the PAS3. Private placements, penalty for non-compliance in 42 section 10. Amount raised are 2 crore whichever is lower. Refund of entire money to the subscriber within 30 days. These are the amount for the non-compliance of section in case the private placement has not been complied properly by the company. So, we in a nutshell, we have to see that sequence of the private placement checklist. First, it is a board meeting. Then, after the board meeting, MGT 14, we have to file. Then, after that, we have to prepare contact the EGM with the special resolutions, and then file the MGT 14. Then, after the MGT 14 filed, the company has to issue the offer letter PAS4 to the identified persons and receive the money in a separate bank account, allotment within 60 days, and also file the PAS3 allotment of securities, and also issue the share certificates. In case the company is in the demat mode, they have to comply with the demat mode also. Demat procedures also they have to follow and issue the release the demat electronic through electronic mode they have to issue the shares and also they have to obtain all the demat account of the individual shareholders who are having the demat account, the identified persons. So what we have to understand here this private placement checklist restriction or points we have to keep in mind. No renunciation right, no advertisement or use of agents. We are the company not to issue any advertisement or use of agents for mobilization of the funds. Application money cannot be used until the allotment is made and PAS3 filed. Maintain a complete record for inspections. If the shareholders or any third parties are coming, then we have to maintain a complete record for inspection. Who are the money? Who are the persons who are identified and whose names and addresses, occupation, and how much they have contributed and how much allotment made, the valuation report, everything is for going for inspection. Non-compliance leads to penalty equal to amount involved of rupees 2 crores, amount involved or 2 crores, whichever is lower, plus refund. These are the things we have to keep in mind. These are the brief checklist, so one has to understand. But in this, I only briefed the private placement checklist, but I would request all the people to check the relevant section 42 as well as the rule also relevant rules of the private placement, so that more you can have a more idea about the checklist. If anything missed out, you can also add that. But as far as my concern is, I under whatever I learned, I have just shared. Thank you very much for sharing your time to view this PPT. Thank you.